Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, Commander Boylan, aka Boylan Maker, coming at you today, and we have a lot to go over. We're going to go over a little bit of stuff going on with the account. Then we have some exciting news to do with the update and upcoming Battle Worlds. And they released a video that we're going to go through together and kind of take a look at. Now, we don't have too much to go over on the account. We're still just kind of working on the same characters. Ultimate goal right now on this account is APOC, as if you're a newer player, that should be the only goal you have until you have them. So, Battle Worlds, we'll do our best in when it comes around, but whether or not we're even able to participate in it really, and by that I don't mean that we won't even try, but I mean whether or not our characters are even able to go up high enough to do anything helpful in it. Now, I can't imagine there won't be lower tier nodes to where we can at least help with some of these characters. And we might end up working on some other ones if we can. But we're going to hold off on that until it actually releases. Because I don't want to work on someone thinking that we'll be able to help and then us not be able to. We're kind of going to take it as it comes. As this account is new. Now, definitely you need to be working on certain characters. If you haven't started already, there are 2 official lists of characters that will be used, and there's a lot of data mines. I'm only going to go over what's been official because, well, the data mines are pretty accurate. They could be later added, or things can also change. It could be something they're planning that then they decide to change. And the last thing we want to do is waste gear, waste resources, ability mats. Now, some of that stuff isn't as scarce later on, but there's still parts of it that are, to where it's like, hey, if we don't have to waste it, why would we? And we're just going to open up as many of these as we can, get some shards. Then we got some orbs here to open. And nothing too crazy. Look at that. We can recruit another character. We'll recruit him in just a second. We got some energy to spend too. And I think I already hit this store. Yeah. So now let's pull up. We have 1 challenge left to do actually, but let's quickly just go unlock him. We already have him 2 red star. Awesome. Great raid character. Still relevant for people who haven't unlocked the full team yet. I'm pretty sure you're part of Pegasus. Yep. So very good raid character, but not very relevant. They are falling off as they have been replaced, but not everyone has the team yet, so they are still very helpful for those free-to-play players that didn't get lucky pulls to be able to get the team. And I went way too far down. All I was looking for was this. And yeah, star rank. And still just going through, unlocking more characters. Most of these we probably already farmed, but we're still just going to make sure. And we always start at the bottom of the list because that means they definitely need to be worked on. And if there's someone that is used to unlock another character, that means we're working towards getting stars on them. Plus, they'll all slowly, we might get a lucky pull on this character, then they move up. So we're always kind of shifting around automatically what we're working on. So we're not working on the same character every single time and then 7-starring them, but not having any progress on anyone else. Kind of spreading the love. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to have everyone 7-starred that we can. Because you never know if they're going to get a rework, be using a new team, anything like that. So why not have them ready when you can? And I think that's all the ones I don't have unlocked. Yep. I think we already did him today because there's a... No. But it might have ended already, but there was a bonus going on for him earlier, and I thought I hit it fully. But that'll get another star on him. Then we got Jessica Jones. Yep, and that'll do it for her. Then we're going to go here. And it was someone we could star up. Yeah, we got a few. We'll star them all up quickly. And funny enough situation, I might have gone overboard on trying to make sure I unlock characters quickly in the beginning. Because we don't have the auto blitz unlocked till we hit level 60, which will be soon. But we were running our blitz earlier while we were doing some other stuff. And I realized with the amount of time it takes to go through the actual teams and the fact that it's only an hour cooldown, it used to be 2 hours. And then they added the blitz sim and then they made it an hour eventually. But because of the amount of time it takes to actually play through the battles and everything, at least when I'm on BlueStacks, I haven't done it on a phone all the way through yet. But when I'm on BlueStacks, it's a little slower. So it takes a little longer to go through all the teams. But the amount of time that it takes, actually, my cooldown ends on my higher teams before I get to the lower ones. And the biggest thing is, I mean, we can literally see how many teams we have right here. Let's see. I mean, this is a lot of counting, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Yeah, because we had 3 up there, so we'll just count that as 34. We have 1 extra. But 34 teams. Let's say that each blitz battle takes you 2.5 minutes for you to click the team, got characters, go into the battle, do the battle, and the battle end. And that's me being nice because sometimes they do go a little longer. So 2.5 minutes, 34 teams. So we can literally just say, put in 5-minute increments, cut it in half, 34 down to 17. And then 17 times 5, which would put us at 85. That means realistically it would take 85 minutes to run all the characters. And that's just pretty much, we'll go an average. So let's say it takes 85 minutes. Every 60 minutes, your cooldown ends. So it would take us longer to run through them all than it does to release the cooldown. So realistically, we could just have non-stop blitz teams going all day if we wanted to. If we had the ability to save all the teams, then we could always hit next and it wouldn't be hard scrolling up and down, which would save us time. And we could realistically do that. Now, at the end of the day, why run your bottom ones if you can run your higher ones again? You can literally just do the not on cooldown tag and just click the top 5 characters over and over and just keep going. So if you're sitting around and you're doing this on BlueStacks, or even if you're doing on PC, if you have a PC and you're doing other gaming on it anyways, and you have a second monitor or something, download BlueStacks, put your account on there, throw it up on your second monitor, and just run through it. Why not? You know, when you're playing other games, let's say you're playing Call of Duty just came out. Let's say you're playing Call of Duty and you got Search and Destroy. When you're dead, just sit there running through the teams. Oh, you're playing zombies and you died and you still got like 3 minutes left on? Run 2 teams. Just, you know, run teams whenever you can, just because why not if you're a newer account? At the end of the day, even if you were only getting 100 points towards the thing because your team's so low, if you're getting 18 tickets, that's 18 tickets that get you more orbs, that get you more character shards faster. And this is a big thing that we're about to go over. I am so excited for this starting in 2 days on my main account. I'm actually working on that team right now on them, and I'll go over other things that I'm working on my main account as well during this. So we're going to be going to both accounts. Oh, and then the Blitz. Who is the character? I don't think there is one this one. Yeah, no. But, oh, there's nothing for ranking? Okay. And I want to take a look at what we ranked in the last Blitz, just to see. Rewards. And are we part of like a cluster of people for the rewards now? Yeah, because on my main account, I can do more than that in one run. So they switched this to year in clusters. I didn't realize that. So we could definitely be getting in that top 100 every time if we're active enough on them. I did not know they did that. So then we're not in the top 200, it showed. We're 200 is just shy. So if I ran them a little bit more, that's good to know. I'm going to run them more now. I have been running them and everything, but not as much as I want to. But that makes a huge difference. But it doesn't tell me. I wonder if it'll tell us in our mail what percentage we were. Show red. Coding message. ISO 8 unlock. Okay. So we got top 5%. That's actually pretty awesome. And we got 45 free shards for that. And we got some Mega Orb fragments. Oh, that's cool. I thought we'd be automatically in the bottom being a newer account. That is actually awesome. We already did those. And then we already spent what we could for energy. Let me just check. Okay, we can do one of these. Now, this I left from when I did my dailies because I couldn't beat the second difficulty. So I left it so I could come back to it. Now, what is this one's requirements? Tech characters. Okay. So we're going to work on a team for that quick, and then we'll start going over everything crazy going on. Yeah, I wanted to do it after the reset for the gold milestone, so I'm not spending gold while the milestone's going on, because we already do have our 5 tech characters. Scientist Supreme is part of one of the newer teams, so that's why I had taken her up instead of some of the other ones you see there that are already worked on. So there we go, and then we'll do some of her abilities. We're not going that crazy on her abilities yet. It'd be one thing if we had her team. But I want to save those purples for like our arena team and stuff till we're able to farm them. There we go. Then let's look at who else we got. Lady Deathstrike is someone I don't mind putting the purples into. She is also one of the new teams, plus by herself. She's a great character. Again, another great character I don't mind putting the purples into if I needed to. Superior 6 and Spider Society are both teams that are supposed to be used in Battle Worlds. Now, I think from what data mines have said, and even what they've kind of said, you would need them at least gear tier 16, which I think is level 85. It's either 8, no, it's 80. But so we're still a ways away from that, as much as it would be nice. So that's what worries me on whether or not we'll be able to even help out in Battle Worlds. And then also they just redid a bunch of the war teams and stuff, the boosts going on in war, and I've spent some time studying and went through my roster, and we'll go over that. Not on this account, on my main account. So that's going to be more for the long-time players that watch this, the ones that are a little bit more built up. But we'll throw these guys in here. We'll see if they beat it. And while they're doing that, let's start going over some of this blog post. So the first thing that we have going on, and I'm going to make sure that this is big enough. I apologize. I tried to figure out how I could turn it off and on. I figured out how to turn it off but not turn it back on while I'm already recording. Apologize for that. But Strike Pass features Sentinel. So Sentinel will be in the next Strike Pass, which is awesome. Hopefully, we're a high enough level now to where it's going to stop changing what the character shards are for this account, because then we can start getting Sentinel. But on my other accounts, that's going to be amazing. Now, purchase on web for additional value. Now, that's referring to is the fact that you can go to the store rather than buying it in the game. And a lot of times you'll get discounts and stuff and perks for buying it in their store, because then they don't have to pay, you know, if you're using an iPhone, they don't have to pay because you're paying through Apple and stuff like that. So they make more of the money. And then Google Play Store and all that. But additional value will be nice. We'll have to see what that is. I mean, if you're going to buy the pass, if you're someone who's buying the passes, they're one of the only things that's worth buying, in my opinion. But if you're going to buy it, you might as well buy it through the store and get the free stuff that comes with it. Red Death Rematch. It's going to be interesting to see what that is. I'm actually excited. Darkhawk Blitz. That's going to be using those characters in Blitz for a milestone. Overwhelming Hunger. That is going to be another one of those special event campaigns using the characters. This account, because we're not high enough, we can't really even get past the first node. But the other accounts I've been grinding to get further. One of my accounts I have finished the 4th node on... We'll pull it up in a second here. So we did 3-star it. We'll come back and run it again. I just want to pull these up. And these things are great for the long term, even for beginner players to start building these up now. Because once you get high enough to start using them, it's going to help you get through Dark Dimension, help you power up your characters, help you in raids. It's going to help you in so many things. But if we go to these events, there's the Thirst and the Hunger. The Hunger uses the zombie characters. I have finished the 4th section. I can't do much on that section. I'm not even trying it right now anymore. Now the Thirst, I'm trying to get past this 4th section. We have successfully 3-starred the 3rd section on both accounts. But this 4th one, it's rough. I generally don't think it's impossible without maxed out characters. And the 5th one, I haven't seen anyone that's beaten yet. I'm sure there's someone who has, especially those top players. But I've yet to actually see photos of it or anything like that. Now, I think the mode that we saw over here is going to be that Overwhelming Hunger that's coming. No, that's going to be the Red Death March. I don't see one called... It must just not be seeable yet, but it'll be interesting to see what that is. Unless... I wonder... Nope, I was checking to see if maybe people can't even play that one yet, but nope. Now, Sugar Rush Milestone, that's one of the milestones that we have, which is awesome. That's we're gonna have that for at least another week here. And I don't see... Probably passed it. Streak. Maybe this account doesn't get it because it's not high enough. But Night Ride, that's this milestone. This milestone is amazing in my opinion. It's been giving us a lot of those purple ions towards the purple ISOs, which is after the green ones. They are used to be able to use characters in the current Dark Dimension, which is Dark Dimension 8. And it's one of those things that I'm struggling on. When I took a break from playing, and when they first came out, I actually wasn't playing. I only started playing again recently because I had some personal matters going on that kind of real life took more attention, and I missed it. I fell behind a lot, but I'm playing catch up right now. And then we're going to go in and we're going to start the next one. Now, these events are ultimately supposed to be to get the shards for Scarlet Witch Zombie, which with her on the team is supposed to make a huge difference. It's going to be a 4-man team. There are data mines showing that they'll be used in Battle Worlds. Now, supposedly, you're going to be able to core one of the events, which is going to be a similar... Oh, that's... You know what? I just thought of... Overwhelming Hunger, kind of how the other characters have their little trial campaigns and stuff, and their campaigns for the people who get them, where you can unlock nodes, that we spend that 10 energy on earlier. That's what that's referring to. I can't believe I didn't realize that. But there's going to be a campaign for it and everything. Now, supposedly, data mines show that there might be a way to get orb fragments from her campaign to then be able to use to pull orbs to get her. And that is going to be something that you can core. Now, with all the things that have been coreable lately that I've been working on, I'm going to start with my main account, for example. I've blown through a lot in the last 2 weeks to the point where I'm probably down to around 200 right now. Now, accounts like this one where I have over 1,000, I might be able to core it a little bit to kind of get ahead on it. I might even be able to unlock them on this account. Now, we were also going to be able to pull Zombie Iron Man, Zombie Jug Shards from that, and Hella Shards. Which, if we can get that whole team, that is going to be a meta team when she gets added. I'm not going to say it's going to be a top tier team, but it's going to be probably in the top 10 in my opinion. With the buffs that they give each other and everything, as long as you can put in a good fit there for the late game players, someone like Mephisto. For the early game players, I would say, like in my situation, I only have one of the Annihilators. I would throw him in on there, or Black Knight would be a good character to put in this situation. Now on November 1st, we're supposed to get something called Ghost Rider Quick Rumble, which is going to involve using all the Ghost Rider characters. I haven't seen many data mines on that, so I don't have much input on that. I tried to look around a little bit through, I have a Discord bot that lets me know any data mines that happen, and I could not find anything popping out to me, but there's so much stuff that comes out all the time that might be speculated and stuff. So I don't have any exacts on that. Now the next thing that we're going to do after we finish this battle here is they released a video of what Battle Worlds is looking like, and I definitely want to go through and watch that and kind of break it down at moments that seem very important in my opinion together. So we're going to kill this last character. That'll finish our thing, and then we'll get into that. I'm super excited for Battle Worlds. My only worry is it says that you can do it with Gear Tier 16 characters. Supposedly taking them up to 18 will be even better. My worry is I don't have a lot of characters at 19. And if it bottlenecks you for not having certain teams at 19, that's where my worries lie. That it becomes something where, oh, I literally can't compete in this. And that would really stink. So that's my one worry. Especially with, we'll go over the rewards that come from it. I'm not going to complain about rewards. Especially with a game mode that's going to be alliance-based. I enjoy alliance-based game modes. They get your whole alliance involved, get everybody active. So I enjoy them. But it worries me. So let's get into that video. We'll go through these legendaries that we might be able to unlock. This just started. I could probably do the first one, maybe the second one, but this is Mercenary Team is definitely worth investing in just for this event alone because it rolls around and it gives you so much gold. Now, I'm hoping Mercs for Money, I want to say is their name, will be able to be usable in this. That is my main goal, because then that's the team I'll work on to do it. If I have to work on the Mercenary Team, I will, but they're just not relevant or good anymore. But let's get into this. Well, I did not mean to do... Oh, yes I did. Oh, it doesn't even let you move them. Okay. So let's go into this, though.
Commanders, the time has come for your greatest challenge yet. Battle World is here. A brand new PvE Alliance game mode that will test your skills, coordination, and strategy like never before. Battle World, the famous setting of Marvel's Secret Wars, has arrived in Marvel Strike Force. This isn't just any ordinary challenge. This is a planet-sized test for you and your entire alliance. You'll be tasked with sieging Battle World, a broken planet rule.
So that's a moment right there that I want to go over. I'm hoping this is what it looks like, because this looks sick. But you can see right here, certain teams are 100% going to be required. You have city characters. You have Spider-Verse, Cosmic, Astral, or Pegasus. Astral is an amazing team. So it would be nice to have them early on for it. Pegasus is one of the ones that's falling off, but it's nice to see that they're still relevant here. Now the city, that's probably where you're going to use your... Actually, both of these you might be able to knock out with the Spider Society. But we'll get into that more. And then there's a Spec Ops game mode.
Battleworld, a broken planet ruled by fearsome warlords from across the...
Okay, so it popped up a tag right there, actually, that I want to point out. Bonus for Superior 6. So there's going to be bonuses if you use certain teams, which is huge. Now, as you can see from the characters, we don't know if there's going to be different difficulties. We don't know what difficulty this is based off. But look at these characters, 50,000. I can take a whole team there. So that's where it worries me that this account will not be relevant towards helping out my alliance here, and I end up holding them back. But cross our fingers, hopefully it works out. And we'll also see here 3 attacks left. Now it's supposed to be a 6-day event. So is that you're going to get 3 attacks per day, or you get 3 attacks throughout the whole 6 days on this node? That's going to be something that I'm going to be interested to see.
Fearsome warlords from across the multiverse, each holding on to their own territory. It's up to you and your alliance to fight through waves of enemies, reclaim these lands, and face off against a terrifying boss. Now, let's dive into the action. Battleworld kicks off with a 6-day siege every week, and it's split into 3 key mission types: standard missions, Spec Ops missions, and the ultimate test, boss battles. In standard missions, you'll face waves of enemies, and for every wave defeated, your alliance earns victory points, or VP. These points are the lifeblood of your siege, pushing you toward the boss at the end. But here's the twist: enemies won't stop until the wave is completely cleared. So even if you don't manage to take down every wave, racking up as many victory points as possible will push you towards your ultimate goal. Next up, Spec Ops missions. These are passive missions where you send your characters on side quests to earn bonus VP for your...
So this is something I want to stop and go over. This is where I think if it is something where kind of... Best way to put it is you need a certain requirement of level, and this account can't really help, for example, that I'm hoping... Why don't I throw my whole roster in there while you guys work on this? You know, whatever I can in there to help out, if it helps get us points. Now, whether or not each person's going to have their own individual, or this is all alliance battling, like is each node, those 3 attempts based off your whole alliance, or just you? That's another thing that I'm curious about. Is each person going to have their own, and then the alliance gets rewards based off how everyone does? Or is it going to be, hey, kind of like war, here's the, you know, what you can attack, go for it. Now, the other thing is, for long-term players like myself on my main account, am I going to be able to... Are these going to have certain character requirements? Doesn't say anything. Are there certain characters that are going to give bonuses? Or can I use characters that I've worked on that are no longer relevant? Just to give an example, the Symbiote team. They were top in Arena about a year ago. But when they were top in Arena, I got lucky and got some really good orb pulls on them. So I took them up to the max that I could. They're fully T4'd, and they're like gear tier 17. But they're not relevant anywheres anymore. But they're characters that I invested so much into, that's just one example. There's numerous. I'm sure everybody has characters that they've invested into. So is this something where I can throw those characters into that I don't need elsewhere? Or is it, hey, I have to decide if I'm going to do this or that? Oh, my team's not high enough for that. Okay, I guess I'll throw them in Spec Ops for the, you know, characters more required for the missions. So it'll be interesting to see that.
Your alliance. These missions autocomplete without a battle, but beware.
Based off the characters that I'm seeing here, like Iron Man, he's not really relevant anymore. Deadpool is still good, but falling off. Mr. Fantastic, he's on one of the newer teams, but him as an individual character, I'd say, can be replaced on that team very easily. There's a lot of characters you could sub in to replace him. He's not a character that if I don't need the team for something, I probably wouldn't work on him, and I'd throw a 5th in there. Someone else that pairs good with them.
Character sent.
Deadpool, he's on the mercenary team, and you'll see they have a few of the mercenary team that are part of the Mercs for Money. So it'll be interesting to see if certain characters with certain tags get bonuses in this. But we'll continue.
On a Spec Ops mission can't be used for standard missions until the Spec Ops mission is done. So, will you send your top character on a Spec Ops mission to maximize rewards, or save them for the battlefield? Every decision counts. Every risk has its reward. And then, Commanders, comes the big one.
Now, something they just said there that I want to re-go over real quick. They said, do you send your best on the mission for the best rewards? So does that indicate that the gear tier and everything and how strong the character is going to determine what rewards we get? And when I say that, I mean, if I throw a gear tier 19 character in there, am I going to get better rewards from the Spec Ops than a gear tier 16 character? That's where that extra planning and those one-off characters might become very useful. For instance, that one node, Superior 6, gets a bonus. Okay, awesome, I'm using Superior 6. And there are a lot of legendaries that are used on plugins, such as Mephisto, Old Man Logan's plugged in on a couple teams. Gore is not a legendary, but he can be plugged in on a few teams. And that's where if you don't have a team, those characters working on them still might come in handy. Plus, you're working on them for future when you have that team. So that'll be really interesting to see if I'm going to want to use my old characters on it pretty much, or if I want to use my new ones. And when this releases, we will be doing it through our main account and sharing it. But that'll be very interesting to see. Now, one thing I want to do quickly on this.
Boss battles. This is where your teamwork really shines. Each territory's boss is a powerful foe with unique mechanics that will test even the best players in your alliance. The entire alliance works together to chip away at the boss's health. Every attack matters, and every player contributes to the defeat. And the first boss you'll face is none other than Null, the Lord of the Abyss. He's powerful, terrifying, and will be your greatest test. Is your alliance assembled and ready to stand up to his reign of terror? Of course, no challenge is complete without rewards. Battleworld will be a major source of purple ISO-8 resources. Plus, by taking down enemies and bosses, you'll earn valuable Null character shards. So
I want to stop here for a second and go over these rewards. Because at first glance, they look amazing. But when I actually took a second to look at it, I was very disappointed, especially with how hyped Battleworlds is, and also with the amount of characters and everything that it's requiring me to work on, the amount of resources that it's requiring, when I'd rather be working. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for Battleworlds, but I'd rather be pushing to be doing the highest rate, stuff like that, finishing my DD8 run. I'd rather be putting everything I can into those because that's what I was focused on before it was announced. But I've kind of shifted gears towards working on these Battleworld characters, and I want to just make sure that we go over this. For example, I just want to start with the 10 shards. That's the first thing that gets me, that disappoints me. And I'm going to pull this up real quick to show you guys. So 10 shards. So we'll put this over in the corner real quick. And let's go down and find him in here. Should be down at like the bottom somewhere. Here we go. 180 shard unlock. If this is once a week, that means it's going to take you 18 weeks just to unlock him. And he's a 3-star unlock. Now, I want to say it's 100 shards after that. 200 and then 300. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 780. That means it would take you 78 weeks to unlock him full 7-star. That's longer than a year. So now again, we don't know what difficulty this is. We don't know if this is difficulty 1, 2, 3, 12, whatever. We don't know how many difficulties are going to be, if there's going to be different difficulties, if it's going to be that hard that they don't need difficulties, if difficulties will be added later. We don't know. But that's disappointing to see. I'm really hoping that's based off like the lowest difficulty. And if it is something like that at 10 shards, I'd hope the lowest difficulty is something, for example, this account's able to participate in. Not something that maybe this account can beat on its own or anything like that, walkthrough, but something that this account would be able to participate in, especially at 10 with how long that is. Again, that's 18 weeks just to unlock. That's 4.5 months. We'll say 4 months because every once in a while you have that, you have just over 4 weeks in a month most of the time. So that's a real big letdown. Now, the other thing I want to go over is the ISOs. Now, we're going to pull this up big again and look at these numbers. 90%, well, yeah, you can get that just by looking at it, isn't going to be in this top. Oh, that's based off boss health. Okay, I read that wrong at first. So, this is based off how low you get the boss. So not only do you have to battle him, but he's supposed to be super hard even for the strongest people in your alliance. But you have to kill him to get that 10 shards. That's actually even worse than I thought. Oh, now are we going to be able to kill him every day? Or are we going to be able to kill him once a week? That's the real question. And then next, these rewards. If it's every week we can only kill him once, 63,000 Ion credits. That's not a lot for those late game players, especially when we're talking 63 is attaching 2 ISOs. That's not enough at all. It's a big letdown is the best way to put it. If that's what it is for all overall, or if that's now, again, if there's difficulties and we're looking at like even 1 or 2 and there's 10 total or something like that, then that's what I'm speculating.
Not only do you get stronger, but
now this is the other thing I want to pull up. I'm sorry if this video is very loud, by the way. I just realized that. Now, we also have this currency I forgot to mention. It's going to be interesting to see what that's used for. It would be awesome if that's its own independent store where we can get character shards and stuff. So that'll be interesting. Or maybe somewhere where we can get crimson gear orbs and stuff and purple ions. Now, the next thing I want to go over is this.
could
Oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to get it to where it shows. Okay, so we're not going to get really the top ones in there, but that's okay. Rank 3, rank 4 to 10, rank 11 through 100. We're talking the top 10% of alliances. This isn't going to be any of most of us. We're talking like the top 5% even in this top 2, from what we can see on the screen right now, 11 through 100. So all the way up to 100. 39. Now for reference, it costs 2,000 to open an orb. And based off what orb fragments those are again, that is the one where you don't get to choose what type of character you're farming them for. It just gives you random ones. So hopefully this is, again, I mean, this is a big letdown right here. Especially when this is supposed to be based off all alliances and everything, and it's a monthly thing. Now, just to give you an example of why that's a disappointing number, why I look at that and I'm like, oh,
but you could.
You know, why is it so low? We're going to just pull this down for a second. And this is a milestone we have right now called Night Raid. On my main alliance, we are completing this milestone every week. We're getting 500 of these a week. Compared to... Let's try and make this clear again. $50,000 a month. Or no, that's a week. I'm sorry. 50,000 a week. Also, this week counter right here, this 5 days, makes me think we're only going to be able to kill him once a week. That's fully what I'm thinking on that. Now, if we pull up this...
Could on.
Trying to get a clear image on this again. Sorry. Okay, there we go. 580, for example, let's go say. Actually, we'll go based off 250. 410,000 being in the top 250. That's not even what we get from the milestone that we can do at any alliance, no matter what your rank is, just by completing the milestone, just by being active. So that's a huge letdown. But we'll get back into this.
You could unlock one of the deadliest allies in Marvel Strike Force. One final tip, Commanders. You can only use each character once per day, whether in standard or Spec Ops missions, so plan carefully. It's all about maximizing your victory points and making sure your alliance takes down those bosses.
So once per day. That's another thing I want to mention, only because of earlier in the video where we saw, it's in the beginning, City, for example, bonus Superior 6, 3 attacks left. Is it better to do that 3 different days or do it all in one day? Is it better to do that 3 different days? I mean, maybe you could plan it out, kind of. 3 different days you use your Superior 6 team on that. Then the other, because it's supposed to be 6 days, the other 3 days you have those characters running in the missions that just, you don't use them then. So is it going to be things like that? Or is it going to be, hey, we can beat this, we can attack this 3 times per day. We need to use that team in here every day to get that bonus. So that's another thing. I mean, activity-wise, it would be nicer on the being able to do 3 attacks on this a day. It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. I'm excited and worried. And I can't say which one I'd rather want, to be able to attack 3 different days on that with the same team and kind of be able to walk through it, or need to attack it 3 times every single day, and then be constantly struggling on which characters I'm going to put in those missions. I mean, no matter what, I'll have characters to put in the missions. It's, oh God, I need to put this character for this bonus here, but I get this bonus here. Which one's better? Which one's going to help me out more right now? I could put this character and sub him here, but then the team might not win. So it's going to be interesting to go over and see all that.
Your alliance's coordination. Will you conquer a multiverse of warlords and take down Null? Your siege is about to begin. Don't miss your chance to earn big rewards, unlock powerful new characters, and prove your alliance's strength. See you on the battlefield, Commanders.
So now, I don't think they gave any exact time for when Battle Worlds was starting. I want to say it's supposed to be November. But some offers, special web store, those are all pay-for stuff. For people who like to do that, go ahead. Grab even more Scarlet Witch Zombie shards from this orb. This is going over the orb that we're going to be able to farm. Goes over the fact that it has those other characters in it. And then we have another week of the Hungry and Thirst. That's the 2 that we've already had for a week now. Red Deathmatch. Dig up Scarlet Witch Zombie shards and power up your Undying team during Red Dead Rematch. Join Hela as she unleashes Scarlet Witch Zombie and the rest of her undead team as she sneaks revenge on Ares. Datamine's are showing it's going to be just like the same process that we use for Jug. It's kind of just going to be a reskinned version of the same thing almost. It's going to be a storyline for those interested in that kind of stuff. Bite down bigger rewards. Bring your own 4 characters to combined with the mission provided Scarlet Witch Zombie. So it's going to be interesting to see if the whole thing's unlock her. We go in with the 4-person team, and then we get another one of her, or if we don't need her to go in, and we get to choose just 4 random characters to fight with her. Requirements, level 45, 4 of your own characters, first time rewards. I can't imagine that it's going to require us to have the zombie characters, only because it's saying Commander level 45. And at level 45, no one's going to have those for the newer players. No one's going to have them. Maybe they'll have Hela, that's it. And there's going to be bonus difficulties based off how many stars you have on Earth. So this is, this is the one that we'll be shooting for the goal on our accounts mostly for. We would love to get to this one too. This is where you're going to get those people that pay for her and buy her orbs playing. This is about the free claims that are going to be in the store. This is going to give us some free shards off the bat, so definitely make sure you're claiming your store. Then, this is just some improvements and everything. One minute. Okay, so this is over something else. I thought that was saying Battle World starting. These are just some of the milestones that are continuing and going on. And this is about the Quick Rumble event. This is about them fixing the Strike Pass daily claim issue. So that's all we have for the blog post. Now, I'm excited for Battle Worlds. I really am. I'm just really hoping it doesn't end up being a letdown like I'm worried it will be. Now, let's go over teams. Because there are some official teams that have been announced that these teams are going to be used. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to pull those up real quick. And here, so this isn't this account. This is my main account. But these are some of the characters, and I think I can sort them by favorited. I thought I could. 1 second. Doesn't even show me in here really what's favorited, does it? I think it is organizing them though by... No, it's not. Yeah, how... And this is where you can see your stats and everything, but maybe if we refresh it. There we go. Okay. Now, still no option to search by favorite, but we'll be able to kind of go over this here. You can see the ones with the star hearts on them, I mean, and they're the favorited characters. And those are the characters that I'm working on right now for Battle Worlds. My first goal is to take them all to 18. Then we'll be taking at least one character on each team. The main characters, the newer ones, up to 19 first. Then we'll kind of go from there and see what we end up working on. But the teams that you need to and want to be working on are going to be Hive Mind, Extreme X-Men, Spider Society, Alpha Flight, Mercs for Money, Out of Time, Superior 6, Illuminati, and Cable. Those are the main teams you're going to need to work on. Now for Cable, I really personally like to throw Eternals in as the extra two. They're not really relevant, and I tend to use other characters more often, like APOC I'll normally throw in as one of them. But with Black Knight being out of time, it kind of takes away from me using him. Another character that I really like to throw on them that I have up here 1 minute, let me pull him up, is Blade for some things. But now that I have that full team, I'm going to use him on that full team. Let's see. A lot of these characters are already used, I think, but Miss Marvel, Hardlight wouldn't be a bad one to throw in there. Black Cat wouldn't be a bad one. I mean, you could throw in Black... Oh, actually, I'd say for Battle World-wise, if I can, now that I'm thinking about it, because they're not used on any other team, are they? No, Old Man Logan's used on Mercs. Okay. Silver Surfer probably, and APOC would be a really two good to have for the 5th. There's a lot of 3-man teams like that. But yeah, you can see like Mr. Fantastic's one of the ones I have to work on. And a lot of these now, most of them I'm T4ing at least their passive abilities. T4s are one of the things I'm struggling on right now, so they're not all getting T4'd immediately. But I'm slowly building up. There's even some lower ones that I still have to work on. Right now, our main focus is just the... Yeah, I haven't even started working on him yet. He came out when I was taking that break. But just to give you an example of... There we go. These guys are who I've been working on recently. And what it is they're used in the event, and I'm really hoping to unlock her and then be able to beat that 5th node for those purple ISOs. So that's one of the reasons I'm working on the zombie team right now, because those purple ISOs will get me farther in DD8, and I really want to finish DD8 before Battle World starts. I don't think I'm going to be able to. It's a unrealistic hope for me right now, but that's the plan. Now, some other things you can do on here as well is you'll see things like Dark Dimension Planner, where you can plan out what... You can put characters in here, and then it'll tell you what gear you need, so that way you can kind of plan out towards getting those characters to that level. And you can set it all up, so like... I don't even know how you put characters in here, to be honest. I've never really messed around with it. I should mess around with it more. Oh, okay. So this is where we'd select Nod Legendary City. He's one of the ones I'm taking. She's one of the ones I'm taking. Then... Pretty sure Man-Thing was another one that we have that we were going to take. Give me one sec. Maybe I'm just blinded not seeing him. We're taking these two. Oh, can I not take Man-Thing for it? I did not realize that. Oh, I've been putting work into him too. Now I don't feel smart at all. So, because we can't take Man-Thing, we're probably going to end up taking her. And I'm just going to put these teams together on what I'm currently planning, just to kind of show you guys the current plan of action. Now, seeing as Superior Stickers is used in Battle Worlds, so it's a team that no matter what I need to put work into, I'm definitely going to be taking them because of that. And 100% because of that. Now, if we look at these characters, there's no one here I want to take. Mysterio's probably going to be my 5th. It's either going to be Mysterio or Carnage. I haven't made that decision yet. It'll most likely, only because they're such a good team in War. They're a great team in War, they're a great team in Raids, and they're a great team in Crucible. I'm probably going to end up taking Carnage, so we'll throw him up there for now. Just because I would rather work on him. We're already started working on Man-Thing, so he's a definite yes. Captain Britain is the hope. I still have to unlock him. He's been a bit of a struggle, but he is farmable right now, and that's where most of our cores have been going as well, is refreshing that store to try and get him. Now... Other characters in this section, I haven't planned out 100% too much, I'm going to be honest there. Black Knight's a definite. Because he's used in Battle Worlds, it's probably going to be him. Then I'm pretty sure... We'll come back to that list in a second. I want to pull up the account. The plan is to unlock her and take her. Plan is also to take all 3 of them. Then because it's a team that I'm going to have to put so much into, I would love to use APOC in it, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't let you. Because I'm pretty sure, I'm actually going to pull him up real quick. I'm pretty sure he's considered a legendary. I just want to take a look. Because it's probably going to be Jug Zombie only because I'm putting so much work into him right now, so why not keep taking him all the way. I would also like to take Ares or Cable. The whole Cable team. Actually, the whole Cable team might just be the strat. And see, to give you an example, this shows you what you need. So these characters, I have everything except for a few gear pieces. These guys are the ones I've been working on, so I'm very close on them. We still need a 5th non-legendary global hero. So give me 1 second. We'll tell you who we're going to take up for that. I know that I can see all the characters here, but sometimes it's easier because I do have some of the characters. What I do is I use the favorites for the characters I'm working on my main because I've already farmed all the characters that I can. Then I use the verses for kind of what I've been planning to take for Dark Dimension, so it's a little backwards. But we're going for Global Hero, right? That's what it was. Yeah, non-legendary Global Hero. Okay. So we got to mark Global. And we got to mark Hero. Okay, so Global Hero, and apparently a character that I didn't see that I want to take up is him. I already have him marked as someone that I'm definitely going to take. He's supposed to be very good. Now the next section would be the non-legendary global villain. So again, it's global, just villain instead of hero. And global sectioners have notoriously been rough. So I'm really hoping this one is easier is the best way to put it. And no, APOC does not have a legendary tag. That changes a lot of my planning. Okay, so that changes. I don't even have him marked on the game because I didn't realize that. And so what I was planning on taking is the Cable team. And because they're used in Dark Dimension, or I mean in Battle Worlds, I probably still will, to be honest. So we'll put both sets that I was thinking about going in with. So APOC's a definite. And Cable. And then where's Neymar? There he is. Okay, now, based off what's left, out of these, I haven't started working on them yet. I have them unlocked, but I need to. Now, I've heard very good things about taking Ares. But we're going to go over kind of two different modes here. And we might switch up what we're working on, which I'm going to be mad at myself for because I've already spent some purples, which I guess I'll get over. But out of the teams that you see here, I would love to take up Ares. And then probably her. If we get her unlocked, we're taking her. If not, Ares. Now, if we don't unlock her, so we'll actually look at both. So let me get rid of her and we'll put Ares in there. Wish it would let you set up two different planners. But this would be the team as of now. Now, if we do unlock her, that changes the entire team. To her. Him. Then Hela wouldn't be an option here. So out of what's left, we'd probably still take up one of the Cable members. Just because we've already taken them up. Actually, no, we'll still take Ares. Just because if we don't have the full Cable team, they're not that great by themselves. And this is what we would take if we unlock her. Because these three would work great together. And then Legendary Cosmic. Legendary or Cosmic, I'm sorry. So that's where it gets a little bit interesting. Because there's must-have characters that I definitely am going to take. For example, okay, so this even shows the characters I don't have unlocked. Now, based off what's here, though, and characters that I'd like to work on for it. And she's probably going to be a freebie because I've already worked on her, so we'll just throw her on there as a freebie. Silver Surfer should be one, but I haven't put enough work into him yet. I should have more work into him than I do. These three are used on Arena right now, so I'd actually like to take them purely for the fact that I've already purple ISO'd them. So I might as well put them there for now. And then for a fifth, it would be Old Man Logan. Now, what I'd like to do is also get Black Cat. Throw in Black Cat, Silver Surfer, and Ultron. Or, and I'm blanking on his name, I apologize, this gentleman right here. Does it let you put more? What happened when I clicked on him? Where'd he go? But this is a full chart of everything I'll need. There's even some blue ISOs I'll have to need. But, and let's put in, I'm going to get rid of these guys for now and put in based off what I know I can take in right now. Now, Mr. Brandon, I know I'm going to unlock. I'm not worried about it, so I'm not even going to take him off of there. But based off what I know that I have, I think I need one more. Nope, okay. So based off what I know that I have, we still are a long way away from finishing it. We're currently in the second section of it. We're currently fighting in this section. Some of these characters we don't have there yet. And we just have random characters that we managed to get there. And there's still two of them, I think, that we're working on. And it's, I want to say it's her and him. The other three are there. But this is just the amount of resources we need, which is going to be a while. I mean, we're getting red gear every day. Realistically, it's probably going to be another 2 weeks-ish. And depending on how many of these we keep getting, maybe another month. If we keep getting them at the rate with this raid milestone that we have, we might have it within 2 weeks. So that's the hope. But this is a really cool thing that I wish I used more. Then I wonder... Okay, so it tells you which character uses it. Now I wish that there was a way, because there's something in the store called favorite. Or like bookmarking something, and I wish it would bookmark them. Now the last thing I'm going to go over, and this is because the meta's just reset is the best way to put it. So I went through and I did a lot of research, and currently this is something actually I didn't have to research, there's a whole infograph. But these are the current Meta Cosmic Crucible defense teams. And I do have them all on defense. This is my current defense. I'm right now actually working on planning out counters for each one, for other people I see with them, and also just setting up attack teams that are made to be everything. This is my war defense roster. Now this is purely based off of what teams currently have boosts and what the best meta teams for defense is. For example, with the current boost, yes, they're only 2 million right here. But on my defense, they count as 4 million right now. So it's pretty awesome. They count as like 3.8. And then raid teams, these are my current raid teams. We do still have Pegasus saved because we haven't worked on the tech team enough. So we are still using Pegasus to get through those nodes sometimes. Normally what we do is we go in with Pegasus first. Then whenever we lose, which normally is on either the second node or the boss node, then we'll use them to clean it up if it's the second node. If it's the boss node, we use them to get it as down far as we can for the next person that hits it. Other than that, everything else we're able to auto in this raids currently. No issues whatsoever. I don't use Cyclops though, and I need to edit this actually, because Cyclops is not one that I use. I actually have Old Man Logan there. There we go. That is actually corrected now. But this is now my current raid teams. They do awesome. And then save. I'm currently in the works of. There's been so many new characters that I'm currently right now actually trying to plan out 60 unique Blitz teams. Now, normally my Blitz and Tower teams are exactly the same, I'll be honest. What I'll normally do is I'll put in the best of the best teams, the top like 20 or 25 teams. And then after that, I'll just kind of find, okay, there's 2 mercenary characters left and 3 shield characters left that are all around the same power, and I try and put them together and plan out like that. Or if I have one character that doesn't fit anywheres, but they're a stronger one, I'll put them with 4 characters that are weaker that fit together. So that way they're getting synergy boosts. That way that stronger character can go in and do everything for me. But also, so that way I have a use for those lower characters. But that's currently the planning. And yeah, but other than that, I got nothing else. I'm really excited for Battle Worlds. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you guys have seen other official teams or anything be announced, please let me know. I would love to know more if you've seen something I haven't. I did kind of put this together quickly because I didn't realize that video came out till about half an hour ago and watched it for the first time. And I was like, I got to go over this. And I hadn't recorded yet today, so it worked out awesome. But yeah, hope y'all have a wonderful one. Hope your teams are coming together nice for Battle Worlds. And I hope y'all get the best pulls for Scarlet Witch. But have a wonderful one, and peace.